Guys, what's up? Ashley back here with Media Glitch.
And Malik, how's it going?
Malik, I got my friend Malik here with me. So we're here to review a movie, because that's what we do on this show. So tell them what we're doing.
Okay, so let's start with a little bit of a disclaimer. Neither of us are really rooted in the comics knowledge.
Nope.
We are not the Dominic.
Not at all. Not even close. I've literally read one comic book in my entire life.
And so I'm coming at it from a fan of the animated series and the movies, and you're coming at it as a...
I'm like, so think about it like this.
Even less than that.
Even less than that. I am like, you know, like say you have a girlfriend, say you're a big X-Men fan. I'm talking to all the dudes out there. You have a girlfriend and she knows nothing about the X-Men, but you're like, hey babe, you wanna go watch a movie? She's like, yeah, sure, I like movies. Okay, that's me. Because I know nothing about the X-Men. I've literally seen 2 of the movies. I think 1 and 2 when they first came out, so that was like, what, 35, 40 years ago? Something like that.
And that
Never read the comic books. I know very, very little about the characters.
Perfect, and that leads us right into what we're reviewing. X-Men Apocalypse. It just opened this past weekend. I'm gonna give you another disclaimer. This is a spoiler-heavy review.
We're gonna ruin the crap out of this movie.
Not.
If you haven't seen it, please stop watching this episode because we're about to ruin it. But if you haven't seen it and you just want to know all the ins and outs, watch on, people. Watch
I haven't
on.
watched it, and I still don't care.
I know you don't care. Joel never cares.
So let's
Never
just get
cares.
right into it. It's directed by Bryan Singer, director of X-Men 1, 2, and Days of Future Past. And it also is... yeah, I just skipped all those other X-Men movies that he wasn't there for. And it is starring James McAvoy, Michael Fassbender, Oscar Isaacs, along with a giant cast of new people.
Some other newbies.
Along with some returning from X-Men First Class. And if we're giving you the plot, literally Apocalypse, an all-powerful mutant, has now been revived the first mutant.
I'm sorry.
Story-wise or whatnot. And he's been revived in the 80s, and now is going to exact his powerful plot on Earth, and it is up to the X-Men and Katniss Everdeen to stop him from world destruction, essentially. So
that statement couldn't be more true.
So let's start with what we liked.
So good, yeah.
Go for it, you first.
This is gonna be great. Just stay in your seats, kids. It's gonna get good. Okay, what do we like about this movie? What do I like? You know what? I liked Sophie Turner, who plays Jean Grey. I actually liked her portrayal of Jean Grey. I don't know anything about Jean Grey, but I just like, I felt like I knew this chick, and I really liked the way she triumphed at the end, like her whole walkout onto like floating space, and then the whole Phoenix thing. I thought that was pretty sweet. Again, I know nothing about this universe, so to me, I was like, ooh, pretty. Like that's what I thought, right? I thought James McAvoy played a good, what's his name?
Professor X.
That guy.
Yep.
See?
Charles Xavier.
I know nothing about this. But I did. But I thought, I was like, okay, I believe this guy. Like, he's got a vision. He's got a mission. He's, you know, trying to he doesn't start out that way.
He doesn't start off bald.
It becomes a thing later, yeah. So anyways, I was like, okay, yeah, that's cool. I like Michael Fassbender. I don't know a whole lot about Magneto, except that I know Magneto is supposed to be a villain, and he's supposed to be mean and scary and dominating. That didn't happen in this movie. I know we're not talking about negatives just yet.
Only positives. Keep going.
The only other thing that I can say that I like really liked was in the beginning, that first opening scene where they're in Egypt and they're giving you the backstory on Apocalypse. His 4 horsemen, some of their powers were really dope. Like they like crunched this guy into like a ball, like rolled him up, like wadded him up like a piece of paper. And I was just like, whoa, that was cool. So some of the powers are really cool and stuff like that, but honestly, I'm gonna stop there.
Okay, so I'm gonna say that what I liked was probably Nightcrawler. Once again, a really strong character, good use of his powers. I liked Michael Fassbender. He's good in what he has to work with, and continuing his Magneto power. And I like I'll agree with you, the way that they tackled the Phoenix in this movie was a lot better than X-Men 3 and a lot more powerful. And but you know what? It still was like a cop-out kind of resolution.
Hey, are you?
Oh, right. Sorry. I also enjoyed the use of the coloring of the film. You know, I think that it was not as good as Days of Future Past, but it had a nice color scheme to it. That's it for positives. Go
Yeah,
for it.
ooh, we ran out of those quick, didn't we?
Yeah,
All
negatives.
right, negatives. The graphics in this movie are horrible.
The entire thing looks
Did
like it was done
we bounce
CG.
back to like 2002? What
Ah.
happened? Like, watching this thing is like, it was torture. I was like, I don't believe anything that's happening right now. Like, look at these, even
All
these photos, even these
soundstage and,
stills
Fake.
are disgusting. That cleavage wasn't real for a minute.
No, it wasn't.
Not for a minute. Okay? Yeah, so I just didn't like, okay, the whole sequence with the fast guy Quicksilver
The
saving all the
Quicksilver, yep.
people in the mansion. Holy crap, I was timing that thing. It was like, this movie's 2.5 hours long. Pretty sure that was the 30 minutes.
And that was
of
one
the
thing I didn't
2.5
like. This
hours.
movie was way too long,
Did
and the
not need to be
pacing
that way.
just made it feel. I mean, like it was
Yes.
like 30 minutes of just clips
It was here, and
of
then there,
all the
and then
previous movies thrown in, just in case you haven't seen any of the films. You have to sit through them all
Which
over
I
again.
haven't.
Which is
so-
fine for you, but
yeah.
for me, it's like I've seen 7 of these. I'm good.
Yeah.
You know, and then the other thing is that not only being long, but it took forever to get to its point.
It did.
And what was
Yes,
Apocalypse's
to
point?
start- I'm not sure. I think he wanted to destroy the world to rebuild it again.
Sure. Yeah, that works. It works. And you mean to tell me that Apocalypse, who has the power to just mutate
Like,
and destroy and disintegrate
demolecularize
people,
everything.
is just going to like
And he's
kind of
like,
harm the
X-Men,
X-Men
what
just a
am I
little
gonna
bit? Like,
do?
I'm going to sit
Yeah.
you off to the side and let
Yeah.
you stay there on that wall? Like,
Yeah.
no, kill people.
Yeah.
Like, this is going to be a final installment.
Well,
like, let it go.
I mean, if you think about it, he did kill a lot of people, but they didn't show us any of that.
That's the other thing. The
Right?
consequences
Yeah.
of destruction, there's no, like, you see cities destroyed, but you see no actual
Yeah,
consequences.
there's no emotional catch. Like, there's nothing to reel you in and be like, families are being destroyed, people are being murdered. This guy is an evil, terrible person. Like, you don't necessarily feel that way. You're just like, okay, that was cool, man, how he destroyed that building. That's pretty sweet.
I'm going to end with saying this,
Like,
that
that was
Bryan
it.
Singer essentially brought this movie back to how the previous X-Men were, not doing anything with First Class, not moving it forward, and not really making that good of a film. It was completely a rehash of the first 2 movies. Hot dogs.
I mean, I can really only give it 2. Like, just because there were a couple elements that I liked, but, I mean, a couple, there you go. That's why you get the 2 hot dogs.
I'm going to agree with 2 hot dogs as well, and that is
Yeah.
being generous.
Yeah.
2 out of 5.
2 out of 5.
Yes, sir. 2 out of 5. I will not see this movie again. And personally, not being an X-Men fan or knowing anything about the universe, I mean, to me, it's a rental. You can catch it on Netflix when it comes out, or Redbox, or whatever you're into. But to me, it wasn't worth seeing.
I know what you're going to say. You're going to say that at that Wolverine scene made it, but you know what? That's still
I
a
will say that
2.5
was
hour
kinda
movie.
cool. Yeah, what was that, like
Right,
5 minutes?
5 minutes, yeah.
Out of all
Yeah.
2.5 hours. Although he did murder some folks, which I was shocked at. I didn't know that was a thing in superhero movies, of straight up just like mutilating people.
So if you agree that this was a terrible start to the summer, sorry, a second terrible, no.
many, there's so
It was, if you think it was bad, let us know. If you think it was great, tell us why.
Yeah.
Be sure to like, comment, subscribe
As always.
on our YouTube channel. If you're watching this on TV, head to the YouTube channel, check it out, and subscribe.
Yeah. You guys are the best. We love you as always, and we'll see you around.
See you around.
Well,